Hey everyone, today we're reading The Berenestain Bears and the Slumber Party by Stan and Jan Bernstein. One of the most interesting things about a telephone is that when it rings, sometimes you don't know who's calling until you answer it. Sometimes when the phone rang in the Bears treehouse, it was for Papa. Papa Bear is a furniture maker, and customers often call about buying a table or a chair. Yes, I think I can handle that. How soon will you need it? Sometimes it was Grizzly Graham calling Mama about getting together for a visit. This weekend will be fine. That'll be fine, Gran. When the call was for Brother Bear, it was usually Cousin Freddie with a question about homework. The fifth problem? I got 6.5. What'd you get? When it was for Sister Bear, it was always her best friend, Lizzie Brune. It's for you, sister. It's Lizzie. And Lizzie almost always had some big idea. A tea party for all their stuffed animals, going to the attic and dressing up in grown-ups' clothes, or organizing a sorority and using Farmer Ben's old chicken coop as a clubhouse. With the permission, of course. It's okay with me, but I think I should warn you. Yo. But today, Lizzie was calling with her best idea yet. A slumber party? Tonight? At your house? Great idea, said Sister. Just a few of her dearest friends, Lizzie continued. You, of course, and Anna, Millie, and Queenie. Bring your sleeping bag. Anna and Millie are bringing some music, and Queenie's going to teach us the latest dance steps. I don't know, Mama Bear said later. You've never slept away from home before. Oh, but I have, protested Sister. At Grizzly Gramps and Gran's. One time for a whole week. That's different, said Mama. Gramps and Gran are family. Close family. The Bruins are neighbors, argued Sister. Close neighbors. Oh, please, Mama. It'll be so much fun. Anna and Millie have great music, and Queenie's gonna teach us the latest dance steps. Please, Mama. Oh, I suppose it's all right, sighed Mama. Come on, let's start getting you organized for the slumber party. You know, she said as he checked out Sister's sleeping bag, it still has some leaves stuck to it from our family's sleep out. Sleeping over at a friend's house is kind of a special privilege. And sometimes that goes with privilege is responsibility. Do you know what those words mean? Sure, Sister said. Privilege means being allowed to do stuff, and responsibility means not messing up. Now, you remember what your mama told you about privilege and responsibility, said Papa Bear, as Sister started off for Lisa Brune's. Oh, I will, Papa. I will, she told Papa. But Sister wasn't very far along to the road to Lizzie's before she began thinking about all the fun and excitement she was going to have at the party. It didn't take long for those thoughts to push Mama's advice about privilege and responsibility clear out of her head. There was only one problem. Mr. and Mrs. Brune weren't home. They'd gone out for the evening and had left Lizzie in care of a teenage sitter who wasn't much older than some of Lizzie's guests. The Brunes hadn't planned on a slumber party when Lizzie had asked if a few friends could sleep over. They certainly hadn't planned on a rip-roaring, ear-splitting, popcorn-throwing, soda-squirting party for half the Cubs in the whole neighborhood. Because that's what's happening, with Sister right in the thick of it. The only thing that wasn't happening at the slumber party was slumber. Lizzie's sister tried to keep things under control, but she couldn't even keep herself heard over the noise. You never heard such a commotion. Some neighbors up in the road had never heard such a commotion either, and they called the police. The chief sent Officer Margaret to investigate. She reached the Brune's house, and at the time, Mr. and Mr. Brune were returning home. Well, things calmed down pretty quickly after that. The party was canceled, parents were called, and Lizzie was sent straight to bed. And an angry and disappointed Mama Bear came to take Sister home. I'm angry and disappointed, said Mama Bear, as they walked home through the night. After all the things I said about privilege and responsibility, sister was grounded and sent to bed. Double grounded, which meant she had to stay in her room for a day and in the house for a week. A pretty harsh punishment, commented Papa Bear a little later. Not harsh at all, said Mama. You should have seen the Bruins' living room. Popcorn stuck to everything, soda all over the place, lamps knocked over. An absolute disgrace. And after all I said about privilege and responsibility, sister does have to share the blame, said Papa. But she didn't do it all by herself. It was one of these situations where one thing leads to another and things get out of control. But you know, my dear, privilege and responsibility aren't for cubs. They're for parents too. Cushions are all strewn about, said Mama. It's a privilege to have cubs, and with privilege goes responsibility, continued Papa. So we're partly to blame too. When Lizzie invited sister to the slumber party, it was our responsibility to guard the Bruins. If we had found out what they were going to be out for the evening, the whole thing would have been nipped in the bud. Said Mama thoughtfully. The next morning, she canceled the grounding and took sister over to the Bruins to help clean up. Anna, Millie, and Cleanie had come to help too. I know what, said Lizzie as full of ideas. Let's make this a cleanup party. Let's not, said sister. And if you don't mind, Liz, I don't want to hear the word party again for a long time. That's all, everyone. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and smash that like button, everyone. Thank you so much.